Hello everyone and welcome to my third predictions video. This one is all about races. If they don't equal factions, they do equal cultures. Now there's been a lot of talk about this, to this sort of effect, in the forums and people talking about the game. So I don't find that surprising at all, because having a race equal a culture for Total War Warhammer would make a lot more sense. It would mean you get multiple factions per race, which would make a better Total War in my opinion. The factions could be the major groups within each race, so say Nuln or Altdorf for Empire and the other cities as well, of course, or the major holds for the dwarfs, or a family for the vampire counts, and a tribe for the orcs. To work in the Warhammer world though, this will have to have a sort of client-side system, because you would still have to have the head faction, so to speak, for each race. For example, Altdorf for the Empire would have to be like the one in charge, the one leading the race. I don't think it'd be exactly client states as we know it from current Total Wars, but that's the closest way I can think of to explain it. The victory conditions would also have to be for your race as a whole and partly your faction, sort of like how Fall of the Samurai worked. In Fall of the Samurai, you needed to take half the map for your side in the war, as well as a few key lands such as the capital. Now, it didn't need to be you holding these lands, it just needed to be someone on your side, because there was two sides. There was for the Shogun and for the Emperor. You still needed to conquer about 10 lands for yourself, but it was more about getting your side winning the war than you personally. Now, if this is all true, I doubt that it will mean no infighting amongst the race, because it just wouldn't be Warhammer if there wasn't infighting. And also the orcs, they just wouldn't work as a faction if they didn't have infighting. Now, if it is true, this could also mean only the head faction of the race would get the super strong faction leader, or as I'll now call them, the race leader. For an example is Altdorf would get Karl Franz for the Empire, unless they have some sort of chosen faction that is decided some point in the game, sort of how Shogun Fall of the Samurai again had a chosen side that would change its colours and change its name to be the sort of head of their side in the war. There could be something like this in Warhammer Total War. Say at turn 50, the faction leader, so say we'll go back to Empire here, so it's turn 50, Karl Franz decides he needs to get involved in the wars. So instead of just leading Altdorf straight away, say Nuln is the faction you're playing and you're doing really well, he comes to you and leads your armies instead of an Altdorf one. That is another way it could work. So there you go, there's my predictions for if a race equals a culture and not a faction. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it and talking about it. And yeah, thank you for watching. You guys are great.